everyone, Sonia Bernard here, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. You can find me on socials at Stamp with Sonia B. And if you've already subscribed to my YouTube channel, thank you so much. And on my Facebook page and Instagram, I appreciate all your support. And thanks for tuning in today and checking out this fun fold that we're going to do using the Perfectly Pairs bundle. And we're going to make an angled trifold card. And this is the card here. And it opens right there. And you can pull it and open it up. And I've also incorporated a gift card in here as well. Obviously, you can use this for different occasions. And you can change up the paper, change up the front design, and really make it your own. Christmas, Halloween, whatever you want, birthday. You can really just use this layout and then get creative and make it yours. If you're on my email list, I will be sending out a PDF tutorial along with a copy of this video in the email. Additionally, I just did start working on, I have a blog that I don't use a lot. It's called linkedbyink.com. So I'm going to be making, this is for my email subscribers. I'm going to be making a page on there where you'll have a password, and all the PDFs that I make on here that I give for free will be in one spot. So it'll be the PDF and the video tutorials all linked in there. And that's just a thank you to my email subscribers for subscribing to me. Now, my team members, they get all these PDF tutorials plus all my class PDF tutorials that I generally charge for, or they're only given if you attend the class and pay for the class. So that's one of the perks of joining my Star Stampers team. But again, for the email subscribers, you will get full PDF tutorial with all the supply list, all the item numbers, all the step-by-step directions on how to create this card. But we are going to do that today too. So if you're just watching, you can take notes, and if you don't want to subscribe to my email, that's fine. I totally get it. I get so many emails every day. But if you do, that is one of the perks. And again, I will be slowly putting it over. And so at the bottom of all my emails, because I do let you know when there's a sale, when there's you know, a promotion going on. So at the bottom of each email, I will add in, when I have it sorted out, hey, go here and check out all the PDFs, and here's the password to get in. Okay, so I just wanted to add that in. Well, let's get started on this angled trifold fun fold. Okay. Okay, so we're going to start with a piece of Painterly Pairs Designer Series paper that is going to be 8.5 by 3.5. Okay, now this side doesn't have directionality really. Okay, this side does. So I've got it up the right way, but whatever side you want on the front, that is the side that you're going to want to score and cut at. Don't do it this way on the other side. Do it on the side that you want this showing up front. And I'm going to show you why in a minute. So first we're going to take this one and we're going to score it at 4 inches, making sure we don't cut. 4 inches, and then we're going to move it up to 8 inches. And that is going to give us this little bit on the end there. So we're going to make sure that this is on this end, and then we're going to make sure that this is on the bottom, and we're going to cut. Let me fold this down. There's the FedEx truck. We're going to line this up on our track. So again, make sure you've got the little fold here, right? That's at the bottom. This bottom right corner is going to line up with this track, and then this top right corner is going to line up with the 1 1/4. All of these lines on your scoreboard, on your cutting tool, paper trimmer, are 1/4 inch each. So that's 1 1/4 inch. So that top right corner will line up with that long line there, and the other one will be at the bottom. And we're going to cut off a triangle. And if it's not exactly
precise. It doesn't have to be. The important things to remember are that you have it up the way you want it facing forward. You have the small fold over here on the right where it's the biggest piece. You don't want that small fold on this small piece. I know it's a lot, but it's important when it comes to having your paper go the right way. Because if you don't, and you have the back side up and you cut that, and you have, even if you've got the little score piece on this side, but if you have the wrong side, when you go to put it together, it's going to be backwards. And it's, I guess we probably still could make it work, but then it's opening backwards. It's not the right way. You could make it work, but try not to. Do it this way. It'll just be easier. So again, whatever you want on the front facing you, the small flap, that goes down when you're cutting that little sliver off. Okay, next you're going to need a piece of cardstock for your base, and this is Secret C, and it's 5.5 by 4 1/4 wide. And we're also going to need a piece of another piece of designer series paper. You could do it all the same if you wanted, but you want to make sure that this is kind of coordinating with this. You will see a little bit of that back pattern there, but overall you want it kind of coordinating, because when you open this up, this is what you see. You don't see the back of that paper. Okay, so before we glue this down to our base, we're going to want to take this bit and adhere it to the bottom left corner. So we're just going to put a little bit of adhesive on this small strip here, and then we're going to just line that up and adhere it there. Then we can fold that so you'll be able to see the back of the paper, and that's why I want the paper going the right way. I mean, overall it doesn't make a huge difference because a lot of this does get covered, but if someone looks at it from the back, they might see it a little differently. Now sometimes you might need a little, it seems to be like a little bit off, maybe like a 1/16 of an inch, but we're just going to fold that down. In the grand scheme of things, it'll be okay. There we go. Then we are going to put glue on the back of this. I actually had put some on before because I was about to glue it down before putting that bit on, which you don't want to do. And you can see here, see, sometimes I get ahead of myself too. And we're going to just center that on there. Now, when you're making cards, you know, you don't have to be perfect. If it's not centered perfect, that's fine. It is handmade. It's not machine made. They're going to, like you can see, I have this little edge here. Am I going to stress about that tiny little bit? No, because the overall design of the card will detract from that anyway. And I'm sending this to someone who appreciates me and my effort and my time. And if they don't send them another card. It's that easy. It's you know, sometimes we can get caught up in the details, and we don't want to do that. We want to be having fun and being stress-free, and then sending these cards out into the world and making people happy, one card at a time. Okay, then we're going to have 3 bits of Secret C, and these are 2 5/8 by 3 7/8. And then we're going to have 3 bits of basic beige cardstock, and they are 2.5 by 3 3/4. So you want all of them. Now 2 of them you can go ahead and layer on, but 1 we're going to put to the side. So let's just layer these real quick. It is a rainy day here in Charleston, South Carolina. It is storming. Oh, again, if you want this PDF tutorial, if you already signed up for my email, then you've probably already received it, or you will be receiving it in the next day or two. If you're seeing this video like today is the 30th of July. So if you're seeing this video after this, I probably would have already sent it out. And but like I said at the beginning, I am working on a page on my blog where you can go and you'll be able to access any of these PDF tutorials. So join my email list, then look at the bottom and you'll see a link and a password, and you'll be able to go there and get the PDF tutorial for free. And if you're not seeing that yet, it's because I haven't done it yet. It may be only the 2nd of August and life has happened and things are busy. So just bear with me. I am getting there. Okay, we're going to use Secret C ink. And this one we're using Congratulations. And that is, I love this font. Sorry for the glare. That is right here. We've also have a hello, good friend, thank you, friend. Okay. And of course you can use whatever you have in your stash. But for this one, I'm going to use a little Congratulations. And I do want to put it towards the bottom and centered. Oh, I went up a little high. And again, if you go, oh no, look, that is slightly crooked, right? Slightly. Or I didn't want it that high. You can always remember, flip this over, and I'm going to bring it down so I can actually see what I'm doing. Okay, there we go. This camera and everything is right in my face right here, so sometimes it just makes it a little difficult when you're trying to stamp. Now this one we don't have to be too careful with. I'm going to use this fun little background stamp here, and you could use this one too if you wanted, but I didn't want to cover the whole thing. I just wanted to give it give this a little more oomph. You can see it here, it's very faint, but if I just put this here, you'll see the difference maybe that just a little bit of stamping can make to the background. Okay, so we are going to take our basic beige, and you can see where I've been stamping because it's got the little dots. And we're going to randomly stamp all over this just to fill it in, and we just ink, stamp, ink, stamp. We're not being super neat or anything. We can go off the edges a little bit there, fill it in. Doesn't matter if you go over the Congratulations, that's fine. Again, it's just adding a little texture. Now that will dry a little less, so it won't be standing out as much. It always dries a little bit lighter, I think, our inks. So that will lighten up. So if you're like, oh no, it looks too splotchy, don't worry. It'll lighten up real quick. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and, whoop, I always get glue in my hand when I'm trying to go too fast. See, right there. But you can just go like this. Okay, we're going to put this down here. So now we've got 3 of these panels. This card is really quite easy once you start putting it all together. So we're going to start from the inside, okay? And we're going to take one of these blank ones, and this is where you'll write all your message, whatever that message is. And now if you wanted more space to write, you could also put it on here and not put that gift card pocket on there. So you could have 2 blank spaces. So we're just going to center that in the middle of this, right? Doesn't have to be perfect. Next, we're going to take our other blank piece. What we're going to do is put it upside down, but we're going to line it up, right? Then we're going to close this flap, and we're going to see, okay, I want to go up to about here with the glue. I don't want to go past that. I'm not even going up at that angle. I'm just going at the lowest point. This is where I'm going to put my glue. And I even go a little bit lower sometimes because it doesn't have to go all the way to the top. What's important is those 2 pieces are lined up. And so you're going to have this back piece here. Now, I saw another version of this card where they cut out a whole nother piece of DSP here and DSP there and covered it. I was like, that's just too much. You don't need to be needlessly adding more weight on to your card. You see now this is lined up, so when it closes, it's lined up, it's not crooked, okay? But you can, if you want to add more DSP, you can. Just remember that when you mail this, the card's going to get heavier and heavier. Then we're going to line that front part up with everything else. And we're going to go, okay, it's about there. And we're just going to put glue down here. You don't want to go crazy on the glue. You're going to line that up and press down there, so that when the card's all folded, you're not really seeing anything sticking out, poking out. You want it like that, right? 1, 2, 3. There we go. Let's go ahead and do the inside first, and then we'll finish up the front. So to make this little gift card pocket here, you can do it one of two ways. I'll show you because I've already done it. You can do it this way, where the DSP matches that, or you can do it on the reverse and have a little pop of color in the middle. Okay, so that choice is, it's up to you. I'm going to do it again just like this one. I did like that design. So you're going to put a very, very thin bit of your liquid glue around the edge. And I always go just off the edge. Well, that's really close, but I'm going to go just around the edge like this. You don't need a lot of this liquid glue. It's once it sticks and it's down, it's solid. That's why I actually prefer it for making 3D objects. It takes a minute more to dry when you're making it. However, it really lasts. Okay, so on our designer series paper here, let me show you. We have these wonderful pears and the leaves and the flowers and the little set of pears. And there's dies for all of this in here. So, of course, if you don't have the dies, you can always just fussy cut. But here's our pear and our big leaves. And there's our little pears. So, nope, sorry, here's our little pears right there. That's our flowers, the pink flowers. So we're just using that to cut out, and you'll end up with these cute little flowers here. I am going to do these flat. I don't want dimensionals on the inside of this card. So I'm just going to put them there. And then I'm going to get the cute little pears and just decorate that here. And put it at a little bit of an angle. You know what I did forget was the bling, but I'm not sure where I put that. Oops. But I'll show you, and then you'll get it. Okay, so that's the inside, and then our little gift card fits right in there. You can also put cash in here. You could put another piece of cardstock, and so you pull it out and it has more. You could put a photo in here, like a small photo, anything you want, but it's got to be kind of flat and got to be the size of a gift card, and that'll fit. Then the front, so simple. Okay, so what I've got is 2 pieces of Mossy Meadow cardstock that I've die cut with that fun die in here. Did I show you that? There's leaf die here, right there. But it is kind of long. Look at this. See that? So we don't really need, we're going to cover this up with this pear. Actually, while we're waiting, what I'll do is put these two together, and I just put a tiny little dab of glue here. Now you could also use like a mini dimensional, but I just put that down, put that on top, press it, set it to the side, and let it dry while we're working with this. Now what I've done here, you'll notice a difference. If I can find my scissors. Oh dear, I'm a hot mess express today. There we go, here they are. I'm going to trim it off there, okay? And I want this little leaf. If you look at my card here, you'll see that if I lay this down, there is no leaf down here. And I thought it just looked a little barren when you did this. I was like, wait a second. Why does it look like just so empty on this side? So I'm going to go ahead and glue this side down. I'm going to bring it down like that. And then we can cut this little leaf off here all the way to the stem. So it's got a little stem on it. And we'll put a little bit of glue. And we'll add that on to our leaf here. I'm going to make sure we're not covering up the congratulations portion there. And now that's just gives it a little bit more body. That's the word that we can use. We are going to need some dimensionals. And I will go ahead, now that I've got that on there, and put that dimensional where those two meet, just to reinforce that bond. And while I'm not sticking it down yet, I'm just getting my bearings on where I want my second piece. So we're going to do the same with that. We're going to cut it off here. Glue it down. We're almost done. Good job hanging in here. And we're going to have that hanging out. And you see that? That's like just barren. It's funny how just one little leaf can make a difference. So what I'm going to do this time is just trim that down a little more. There we go. Trim that so it's got more of a stem on it. I'm just kind of patching this. If you wanted to, you could grab these two little bits as well, but I didn't want to be too finicky. I didn't want to be here all day like trying to make things. And then dimensionals on the back, and we are done with this fun angled trifold. What do you guys think? Drop a comment. I will get back in the comments. I don't always get back right away, but I do eventually. And then we used this, I can't remember the name of the bling. Oh no. But I did put some cute bling, just one here on the outside and then a couple on the inside. And I wish I knew where I put them. Give me 1 second. Maybe they're in this tub. I had everything ready. Well, I thought I did. Oh, yeah, I do. Ta-da! Just forgot to grab them out. They're called low profile sparkle dots. And they come in the 3 colors. There's a yellow, green, blue. And I did like the greenish color. You could do yellow too, but I thought there's already enough yellow on there. You could do the blue as well, because we have that Secrecy card base. And here's a trick. If you're trying to figure out, well, what color do I want? You just take it out of the package and then pull it apart like that. And then, see, even the yellow would make a bright pop there. So I was thinking, no, but I like the blue makes it more, I don't know, a little bit more subtle. I mean, it pops, but I'm going to go with blue on this one. So never be afraid to try it out. And this is a take your pick tool. I get asked a lot what this is. This is filled with putty, and you gently roll it and the putty comes out. And then on the other end, this is where take your pick comes in. You have like a little scraper, or you have a pokey tool, and you can quickly and easily move those around. So you just flip it upside down if you want the other side. But I love it for placing bling. You just kind of slide. Make sure you're not sliding onto paper. You want to be sliding onto this slippery surface here. If I can speak properly. Slide, and then we'll put that one there. And then we've got our fun card. These are very, very blingy. I like them. I like them a lot. I really do. We need more like that. Okay, and that's it. angled trifold with a gift card holder. I should add that into the title. Okay, guys, I hope you love it. Oh, here's another idea. If you wanted more space to write, you could also put a piece on here of just like basic beige, and you could write a whole bunch on there as well if you wanted to decorate this, or just let your imagination go wild. There's no rules, okay? You can make it your way. Okay, hope you have a go at it. Go ahead and on my Facebook page, which is Stamp with Sonia B, every Sunday I have a Share Your Creativity post. And you can post what you have been making with all the Stampin' Up products and be entered into a drawing for a packet of embellishments. And those embellishments vary. I usually do a drawing like every 4 to 6 weeks, and then I send them all out. I've got to get my last one sent out right now, but there we go. Hope you love it. Like, comment, subscribe, all the things. Okay, guys, take care. Bye now.